Is it possible to travel overland from eastern Turkey into Georgia? We are currently in Kars, a remote city in eastern Turkey. From here, we plan to reach Georgia in a single day using a combination of buses and minibuses. That means figuring out how Turkish buses work, finding the right connection to the border, and then crossing into Georgia on foot, and then somehow finding transport to Batumi as well. It is one of those travel days filled with a lot of uncertainty, improvised connections, and a healthy dose of logistical chaos. By the end of this episode, we will either be having dinner in a new country or we'll be stranded along the Turkish Black Sea coast. Let's see.
I wonder why people in the bus station look so dodgy always everywhere we go.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of our travels from Europe all the way to Korea. We're attempting that overland. At the moment we're in Kars in East Turkey and we're currently looking for a toilet here at the bus station, and there doesn't seem to be any. Today is the first real overland border crossing because we are going from Kars to Georgia to Batumi, and for that we have to board this bus here, the Artvin bus, and that goes first to a town of Hopa, and it takes us 6.5 hours to get there through the East Turkey landscape. We leave here at the Kars area, which is pretty much inland, and it's been beautiful if you've seen our previous videos. And this will take us to the coast of the Black Sea, Hopa, and from there we have to switch to a little minibus, and that takes us to the border to Georgia. We have to walk through the border. Then on the other side in Georgia, hopefully we make it there. We will then take a minibus into Batumi. We already booked a hotel. Hopefully we'll make it through the border, otherwise it's going to be a problem.
The driver, I think the driver is waiting for us now to load our big backpack. Someone said the driver smoking all the way to the border.
Oh, shit.
And then we're gonna be on the front seat next to the driver, so we will see what's gonna happen.
Alright, this is our bus. Our bags are loaded inside now. Luckily, we don't have to take this bus for 6 hours to the border. We booked our ticket online on a website called Omnibus something. I'll put the link down below. It's pretty convenient to book your tickets there. They also have an app, and I hope this works out because we only got a ticket confirmation number per email, no QR code or anything. They said we just bought the bus and it's all good. So we'll just sit down and show them the ticket. Hopefully that will be okay. No toilet. There's one toilet. Oh, here, look, there's toilet. Here's that stringy cheese.
They have a fermented version too, with fungus in there. Yeah, old now.
We got the first front row seats. Hopefully that driver is not going to smoke all day long. So we'll see how that goes. Sounds a bit like it needs new bells.
I wonder why people in the bus station all look so dodgy always everywhere we go. They all look so dodgy.
It's bus station
Maybe they
vibe.
are good people.
But I really want to drink a chai. There's so many chai places out here. Everyone is drinking a chai. But one thing I learned over the years of travel is if you have a 6-hour bus journey ahead of you without a toilet on bus, make sure you don't drink water or tea or coffee before you board that bus. Otherwise it's going to be a very painful journey. Interestingly, we boarded the bus, sat down, and in the end no one even wanted to check our tickets. It looks like a bit of chaos, but somehow it's organized chaos. This was the bit where you sit on a bus, stare out the window, and slowly question every decision that led you to seat number 1. But the landscape started doing something interesting. Kars sits up on this high open plateau in eastern Turkey. It feels wide, a little empty, a little Soviet, a little cowboy, For the first part of the ride, the countryside was all rolling hills, small villages, fields, animals, and roads that looked like they had been drawn by someone with a shaky hand and a deep respect for mountains. I think we have a traffic control by the army. I think it's quite common here that they have like those road blocks or road controls. There were old stone houses, tiny settlements, shepherds, cows standing in places cows should not be standing, and every now and then a village that looked like it had been politely forgotten by time. And this is the kind of travel we actually like, not because it's comfortable, it's not. A 6-hour bus ride in rural Turkey is not exactly a spa day, but because you see the country changing slowly, not in airport chunks, not city to city, but kilometer by kilometer, out the window, like a very long documentary with suspension problems.
But not enough for 10 minutes, I guess.
Everyone needs to smoke like hell, yeah.
Maybe next time we come to Europe, we buy this for camping. Then I cannot sit anywhere, only one person. One person can sit.
As we descended further, the landscape started changing into these beautiful rocky gorges. It became a lot drier, rockier, warmer, and started to feel a little bit Mediterranean. Making a little stop, lunch break stop. Unfortunately, there's no menu or anything to translate for us, so no idea how we could possibly order anything here. And then suddenly there were these enormous dams and reservoirs. This region is part of a large river basin, one of Turkey's big hydropower areas. And seeing those big dams from the bus is truly impressive. Then started a section of endless long tunnels. Some of them are very dark, but it was also very interesting to drive through these long tunnels. It's almost unimaginable how much work must have gone into building these. By now we had almost spent 6 hours in the bus and we were getting close to our destination. And just like that we arrived in Hopa and the Black Sea started revealing itself. Alright everybody, so we just arrived in Hopa after a very, very scenic drive, probably one of the most scenic bus rides I ever had. Here's our bus, and now the challenge is to find our minibus that goes to Sarp, to the border to Georgia. So let's go. The bus driver pointed us in this direction, and there are a couple of minibuses that have he said in that direction there. I think you pay at the minibuses directly. So the crossing is actually over there. So that is going to be the challenge. There must be like a minibus that says Sarp on it or something like that. This is Hopa, guys, actually quite nice. The Black Sea is right behind us. So we got lots of taxis here, lots of minibuses. I think we have to ask someone. There's a bit of a minibus terminal around here. Minibus.
Telefon, minibus gelecek. Sarp.
Do you see any minibus that says Sarp on it? Looks like we found ourselves the place where the minibus lives. Doesn't say anything, but a friendly guy came and helped us. And he said it's gonna be in 5 minutes. We have to wait here. And then it's 170 Turkish lira for the two of us. So we'll see how that goes. We're just waiting now for our minibus to leave. There are 2 more people have arrived. I think he's waiting for enough people to arrive who want to go to the south border before he then leaves. So we told him we're sitting here, waiting here with a coffee. And hopefully we'll be on our way in about 10 minutes or so. It's quite chaotic here at the Hopa bus station.
No, I don't think it's chaotic, just feeling. Our feeling is absolutely not chaotic. All these signs are outside of the bus. You can just pick up the bus where you want to go.
But the noise and everything around here makes it feel a little bit chaotic. We made it into the minibus. It's squeezed in at the moment, but we are rolling again onwards towards the Georgistan border.
It's about 4:30 afternoon. It's the right time to cross the border, I think. Hopefully not too busy.
People kind of know what to do when they see travelers with big backpacks like us, and everyone already knows that we want to go where we want to go. So as soon as you get out of the bus, someone will come up and will kind of guide you to where you want to go. So that's pretty easy because it's a bit of a beaten path already going through Hopa to the land border to Georgia. I kind of wonder what it's like if we would have stayed here in Hopa. We just had to move to another minibus. They only took us for a short moment. And it's a little bit bigger one, a little bit fuller one. I think now we have to pay in here as well. It's costing us 170 Turkish lira, I think.
Sarp.
Sarp, yep.
It's very hot here in Hopa compared to Kars, where we just came from. I mean, Kars 2,000 something above sea level, and Hopa right at the Black Sea at sea level.
Proper holiday town.
Looks like we have arrived at the border. I guess that is the entrance to the border building. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to have a look. There's some cafes up there as well, so you could actually drink coffee, but I think we just want to cross the border as quick as possible. We go into that departing passenger building here. It looks like that's the one. Hopefully I'll be seeing you in a short while on the other side and not back here. If we see you back here, it means we got turned around at the border. Okay, this is the building where we go to the border now. But we should be coming to the Turkish passport control in a minute, and then I'm going to turn off the camera now. All right, everybody, we made it to Georgia. We didn't get turned around. We're not in Hopa anymore. Here's the site from Georgia behind me. Big fancy border building, but man, the toilets inside, they were so rubbish. We got a currency exchange here behind us, so we might have to change a few Turkish lira to pay for the bus now to Batumi. So there's one that just arrived here behind me, a little minibus, says south to Batumi. So we'll just have to find out how much that costs. But that's what it looks like. First glimpse of Georgia, guys, and the sun is getting a bit low and I've got a headache. We managed to do it without exchanging currency, 100 lira. And we're gonna get dropped off at Europa Square. Here's our minibus. Let's find ourselves a seat here.
We are sweating like a pig, guys.
It's so warm in here. Oh. Looks like we're going to be there before dark even. But yeah, this border crossing was surprisingly easy. It's a long sort of corridor you have to walk through. Up a lot of stairs, then you get to the Turkish side to check out. Your bags get scanned there once. Checking out is pretty easy. You just show your passport, get a stamp. Then you have to walk forever through all sorts of corridors there. And it's pretty rough and dirty in there. Like not rough, dangerously rough, but pretty dirty. And then you get to the Georgian passport control. And there was only a small little queue. It went actually pretty fast. They were a little bit surprised. I think they haven't seen too many New Zealand passports before.
I wonder this ever gets busy. This is not a peak time maybe. Only tourists were only two of us. They are all locals.
We printed out all our travel insurance documents and everything because we thought, oh shit, hopefully they're not going to turn us around at the border. But no, didn't even want to see it. All in all, was a really easy border crossing. minibus driver dropped us off here somewhere. Not directly in the center, but almost. We were the last ones in the minibus. Maybe he forgotten about us. And then we said we want to go to Europa Square. And then he said, okay. He dropped us off in front of some restaurant here. And he asked for more money, but we said we paid already. So he said, okay. So anyway, we are here now in the city center, sort of. It's about 11 minutes walk from here to our hotel that we booked. So should be there soon, but
Here is really like European feeling to it. And then right next street is chaotic, like a marketplaces.
yeah, it's chaos.
Crazy.
Look at these buildings here. Wow. What is this there? This tower there? Looks pretty amazing. It looks like a West European city here. When you drive around the suburbs, it looks pretty rough. Interesting feel here to the city. Whoa, we just arrived in our room after walking around for ages.
Oh my goodness.
Because those addresses here in Georgia and Google Maps, they don't seem to be best friends. Looks all nice and clean to me. And we got a balcony even. So let's have a look what the view is from out here. All right, check this out. We got a mountain view. Whoa, the view is actually really nice from here. Really nice. Big clock tower there. Over there is the center. We're gonna walk and see if we can find some food. But some beautiful views out here. Nice. There's so many restaurants here in Batumi. On every corner is a restaurant and a pub and whatnot. Alright, we found ourselves to the first Georgian restaurant, and it's a traditional Georgian food restaurant. Was recommended by Google, got lots of good reviews, and it seems to be correct because there are lots of people in here. So we're gonna see what we can find for our first dinner in Georgia.
Was a long day today, but now I'm refreshed without even taking shower. Market a big shower, but I'm so now excited to try new country, new food. Yes. First time always exciting.
Gamarjova, Australia. Very good. Hello. What is your name? It's Dato.
Tato, your name? Okay.
So whenever we say New Zealand, they don't really know where New Zealand is, so we always have to say, oh, we're from Australia, and then they know. Georgia has been very nice so far, super fun. And what I found in the short moment I've been here, everyone speaks very good English. They seem to learn English or want to get more into English.
I wanted to come here since so many years. Let's see what I'm gonna get. It's like goulash. Yummy. Bread is also nice and chewy, like I expected. Prepared chewy.
This is chicken in a creamy sauce. Supposedly very, very Georgian. Chicken barbecue wings, or what is that? Or pieces. And then we got this nice cream sauce here. Whoa, that looks good. That looks like my type of food. Exactly what I like. Creamy sauce and barbecue chicken. Enjoy. Thank you. Oh, lots of garlic. Garlic lover's paradise. Wow, that is good. What a start to our first day here in Georgia. That is the best chicken I had in a long time.
Successful first Georgian food. So tasty everything what we ordered. So we're gonna enjoy that for now.
If you want to see what Georgia and Batumi is like for first-time visitors, make sure you stay tuned and subscribe because this will be coming up in our next episode.